Mwasuzemcha abalabi baffe abalungi aba Excel TV. It is a fresh Tuesday, a fresh week, and we are here again on the Volume Up Show to talk to you about the things that matter in our lives. In studio today, we are going to be discussing quite a lot of things. But first, allow me to greet you again. Good morning. It is the Volume Up Show, and it is the 14th of September 2021. Olwaleero mu studio tulina omwami agenda okwogerako naffe. Naye nga kyetugenda okusinga okwogererako ddala kikwata kufa abavubuka. So omuvubuka wenna ali eyo nkusaba sembera otuwulirize otega amatu osanga onajjamu ekinaakuyamba. We are talking about the COVID-19 era and how it is affecting the youths. And in studio today we are having Mr. Kakinda Adrian Ivan. He is a counselor and he is going to be talking to us about quite a number of things. So please allow me to let him talk to us and let us know who he is and what he does. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Martha. A very good morning, our dear viewers and everyone who is watching Excel TV. My name is Kakinda Adrian Ivan. I'm a counseling psychologist working with Chambogo University and Uganda Counseling Association and Adrian Careers Consultancy. I'm glad to be here today. I'm very passionate when it comes to speaking to the youth of this generation, to the young people of this generation. I do believe by the end of the show, they would have something positive to take home.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Adrian. How is Adrian Careers?
Yeah, Adrian Careers is moving on steadily. However much we are moving into grappling with the domino effects of the pandemic.
Yes.
But we are pushing on, and these days we are getting people who are grappling with careers. One of the effects of the pandemic
Yes.
was people to lose their jobs, lose their...
Have you also been affected?
Yeah, I've been affected business-wise because Adrian Careers Consultancy is business-wise, and our clients, the clientele, of course, are dropped a bit.
Yes.
Because our clientele are in schools, organizations,
Yes.
Individuals, so they are no longer coming through like previously.
Yes.
Because of the money issues. So, however much we try to drop down the prices and drop down the figures here and there.
Yes.
There are a few are turning up, but in most cases currently now we are receiving people who are grappling with career development.
Yes.
Amidst the pandemic. So it's the biggest challenge people are grappling with.
Yes.
And it's something which is very troubling.
Let's talk decent living of our youths in the COVID-19 era. Now that most of them are not in school, schools are closed, and a lot of things are happening so fast. Being a lecturer at Chambogo, you are working with youths. How best can we get them back to living this decent life even when they are not in school? Because usually in school, our teachers tell us, you live this way, do A, B, C, D, don't do this. If you do this, you're going to be penalized. But now that they are not there, a lot of things are happening. How can we get them back on track, even without school?
Yeah, thank you very much for that wonderful question. It's quite a big question. Now, when you talk about the youth or young people, I don't know whether you're segregating the young people from the lower primary to the primary, because too they have been also affected equally.
Yes.
But we have the the teenagers from the secondary level, and then we have the young adults from the campuses in courts. So there are different categories of people.
Let's talk 13 to 35.
Okay, 13 to 35.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, those people, they have gone through a lot of challenges because they didn't see this coming.
Yes.
So they were used of going to school, this kind of routine.
Yes.
Term 1 ends, we go back to school. Semester 1 ends, we go back for semester 2.
Yes.
It's not happening anymore. Now they are facing a challenge of no promotion.
Yes.
They are sitting at home, no work done. They don't know when this is ending, so they have developed what we call dammed up kind of anxiety in their lives, because they don't know what's happening tomorrow.
Yes.
So some people, the effects of this now is what we've been talking about, being hopeless.
Yes.
They don't know, they have lost hope in academia, in education. Some youth have lost hope. We are looking at child labor. Yesterday I was talking with a commissioner of child labor, of children in the Uganda police, and they are registering high levels of child labor. And of course you see them on the streets.
Yes.
Young people doing some work. Then we have domestic violence, family breakups, relationship breakups, because even these young people have relationships.
Yes.
Relationship with the mother, relationship with the siblings, relationship with everyone. So everything is in tantrum now. And of course, they are also wondering whether education is something to chase again.
Yes.
So the biggest challenge we are having as parents and the young people is managing the reality of COVID pandemic, and how can we keep ourselves in shape to continue, and how can we keep hopes alive. So that's one of the key ingredients that's missing in our young people.
Yes.
For them, they have lost it all. They don't see any light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
So they feel like, I think, let's divert. So now the diversion is what parents are also grappling with.
Yes.
And our system is very, very affected, because parents no longer have time for children.
Yes.
Because they also have to wake up in the morning to make ends meet, to look for something for these children. Now they leave the children at home thinking children are doing something. Now children are stuck on TV, they are stuck with boredom.
Let's talk about drug abuse. A lot is happening.
Yeah.
Children are home, students are home, and most of them don't have a lot of things to do really, now that even the jobs are few. And drug abuse seems to be on the increase. How best can we minimize chances of our kids getting involved in such kind of things? What can we do? What can the parent out there do?
I think before speaking to the parents, I would love to first focus on the students.
Yes.
Because a student from 13 to 35 knows why he is there.
Yes.
Or knows why he has life. It's a sole responsibility of the student to know what he or she wants to be in life.
Yes.
So before even talking to parents, the student must take the sole responsibility of living responsibly. They get to know that drug and substance abuse, it's easy to learn to take a drug, but it's very difficult and expensive to rehabilitate you of these drugs. And I've always talked about rehabilitation of drugs. It's very expensive in our country. We only have one public mental health hospital, meaning this is the Butabika Referral Hospital.
Yes.
So meaning that's where you can get free mental health services. But other rehabilitation centers, rehabs are very expensive. And for rehabilitating someone of
I've
drug,
been to schools, but it seems like students even back then in school use these drugs to, they claim it boosts their brains. It keeps them active. So how again are you telling me it can affect them in a long run? Because it just seems to get to be part of their lives each day that goes by. Each day that goes by.
It's quite a myth that drugs improve vigor, improves your ability, activeness.
Yes.
It's just a myth, because of course we have various types of drugs, but the biggest type of drug these students normally take is hallucinogenic, which affects the mental health capacity of a human being. That's why they turn off. And then in our society we say good dalu is off, because of these drugs. So however much you may think that drugs give us energy, drugs in the long run, they deter our mental health abilities, our mental health capacities, and it makes us lose it all. So drugs are not good in any way for a human being. If I'm not taking drugs and I can speak to you ably, why don't you do the same? So drugs are not anyway good to the students, and instead they are destructive. That's why I always tell people that when people get anxieties and stressors and depression and name them, they resort into destructive coping mechanisms.
Yes.
Likes of taking drugs, sleeping with everyone around.
Don't you think this is partly because we as the parents are to blame? I mean, we are busy, we are chasing after money. We only have time to look for a maid to take care of the children.
Yeah, partly. It's because of the ecosystemic. When you look at the ecosystem of parenting in developing countries, it's very down. Because parents think teachers are going to do this job for them. And when you go to schools, teachers are only focusing on academic world. So they don't cater for these things of life skills, which these students or children need in their lives to move on. So this is the biggest gap we're having now. Now because of COVID, schools are no more. So it's now parents to take over, and parents are not here. So the students are left alone, trying to challenge the world. The world is challenging them. They're also wondering, wow, what's happening?
Yes.
So how can we handle this? So it's a lacuna by the end of the day, because gone are the days when parents think, okay, let him go to school. Parents will schools will handle, teachers will handle, school woman, and some schools don't have counselors, so they have school senior woman, senior man, and they are also on pressure to complete their syllabus because of the director of studies is on their neck. So the students' life skills are very poor. It explains why today's students don't have confidence. They lack self-esteem. They lack direction, a sense of direction of who they are. They don't actually who they are, because if you don't know who you are, exactly, you don't know where you're going.
So talk to that youth out there, talk to that student out there. How are they going to adjust to living in this COVID-19 era without school, but still keeping focused on their goals? I believe even without internet, even without social media, you can still learn something from a friend, from a neighbor, from a mother, from a brother, from any of those people around you. You can always use them to get something good out of them for your own benefit. Talk to that youth out there, what they're supposed to do now.
Tip number one for the young people out there is knowing who you are. No, when I ask you who are you, I don't want to tell me your names. I don't want to tell me where you're coming from. I don't want to tell me whether you're married or not. No, that's not who you are. When I ask you who you are, I want you to tell me what makes you different from other people. That's who you are. So when you know your personality, when you know who you are, it means it will define the exact journey of what you're going to take. This one helps you with your relationships, it helps you with your careers, it helps you to cope up with the hardships you're going through because of the pandemic. Then tip number two, I want to tell the young people, it's okay to feel not to be okay. I repeat it, it's okay not to be okay. So whichever feelings you are going through, maybe you're feeling bored, maybe you're feeling anxiety, stress here, maybe people are troubling you, the situations are troubling you, you don't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I just want to tell you that the feelings are valid. The feelings are valid. Every human being, because life is a bumpy road. So everyone is susceptible to go through the same. So now the question is, how are you going to traverse that journey which is bumpy? So that's now the tip number three, whereby after understanding who you are, then you know that okay, it's valid, you're not alone, everyone is going through that, but people are overcoming this. So now we have to develop the coping mechanisms. Now when you look at the young people of the university setup or the post-secondary school, they are all over social media. Now I want to tell them to let them learn to reframe their online presence, because however much you're looking for what to do today, however much you're going to put referees on your application letters, today people peruse through your social media accounts to know who you are. So as you're looking for what to do, as you're looking for what to make you busy, can you reframe your online presence?
I thought social media is my private
It's no longer private. Because social media, we use social media for business, We use social media. I've seen Excel TV streaming on social media.
Yes.
There are people who are viewing this show via social media platforms.
Yes.
So you realize social media is no longer for personal. So you have to be very careful how you brand yourself on social media as young people, because it may deter your next opportunity. So because at this very time we are spending too much time on social media.
Yes.
Actually, a young person may even fail to get what to eat, but get data on the phone. So it means you're busy there. So what are you using the social media with?
Yes.
Are you just yapping? Are you just rumor mongering? Are you creating enemies on social media platforms? Or you are designing your social media accounts and platforms?
Causing jam on social media is the way to go. I cause jam, I get followers, and that's the trend.
Yeah, there is what we call wastage of time. So you cause jam for nothing, but at the end of the day, to account, what do you gain from social media? People are bagging millions of money from social media. Okay. I personally, as a counseling psychologist, I get my clients off social media, and they pay money. So for you buy data. Is there a value for data? So you ask yourself as a young person, before going back to school, what are you using social media? What do people know you on social media? Do they know you by being naked, by parading yourself as someone who's not serious in life? As young people, I question you with that. Reframe your thinking when it comes to social media presence, because that's the catchment area of young people.
Youths, this is very important to you. Reframe your images on social media. Atakategedde kabakakuddire mu Luganda kubanga ensonga ya social media eno nkulu nnyo, ate abantu abasinga naddala abavubuka ab'emyaka egyo gye twayogeddeko 13 paka kwa 35 abamu bambi social media tugikozesa bubi, ate ennaku zino bwe weeyambula aba followers ofuna bangi. Bw'ofunayo omunene gw'obuukira n'omuvuma n'omuteeka mu layini abo tebalina kye batugamba, aba followers ofuna bangi. So which I think is a very wrong perception. Omuvubuka oyo atakitegedde mu Luzungu kimuddire mu Luganda amanyi omugaso gwa social media era ayiga okugikozesa obulungi.
Nja kugamba nti social media obudde buno ke katale, because we are moving into the digital world. Tuli mu nsi eri digital, banchi ensi ey'omutimbagano. Nti obeera wano n'omanya ekiri mu America, ne bamanya ekiri mu Uganda, ne bamanya ekiri ewaka mu kyalo, n'omanya so amawulire. So kyengamba nti gwe ng'omuvubuka nga oteekateeka okwejja wooli obudde buno mu kiseera ekyokusomozebwa nga kino, kiki kyolaga ku social media? Ensi ekumanyinga ki ku social media? Ekifaananyi kyo bw'oba ogenza okusaba omulimu osobola okutula ne bossi wo n'alaba posti zo ku social media nga naawe oli mukkakkamu ddala abirabe, oba owulira nga toli mukkakkamu nga byalaba naawe kenyini bikwesiwaza. So ng'omuvubuka omuto at this level tulina okuyiga okukozesa amasimu gaffe bulungi tugafunemu ssente. Social media nnungi nnyo kubanga egaggawaza abavubuka bannaffe. Bwe babbo bagaggawadde naawe nkimanyi osobola okubeera nga ofuna kyofuna ku social media nga bwe tulinda emirimu emirala okukola ki okuggulibwawo. Abantu bafunye emirimu olw'ensonga nti omuntu agenda kusaakinga, noonya musomesa, noonya kansula, noonya muntu bwati, noonya muntu atunda ngoye ng'endagala ku social media.
Yes.
Kati social media bw'oba obudde buno ng'ondaba nga nawe kennyini tekusanyusa, omuntu bw'abiraba bwati yeewuunya ky'oli, ebifaananyi ebyo osologera n'obijjayo, ne posti osobola n'osiimuulayo, n'abantu abadde banyumirwa byopostinga naye nga bimala bumazi budde bagambi nti mulekeraawo nakyukamu kati ntambula mu tuluba bweriti. So ne bwogenda n'onoonyaako Kakinda Adrian Ivan byempostinga oba presence yange ku social media ennyonnyola kyendi, omuntu yeetaaga kumanya kiwanvu. Abagaba emirimu obudde buno bwennyini tebakyatunula nnyo ku ba referees bw'okubira osaba visa oyagala kgenda bweru, tebakyatunulira ba referees botaddeko, baddayo ku social media ne balaba kika kya muntu ki ono gwe twagala okuwa omulimu. So teweesubya chance lwa social media ate kusinga okumala obudde. Okimanyi nti masa obudde buno abantu nga tebanasabako ku makya bazuukira ku masimu.
Kituufu.
Kali ensi etuusaawo bebakira ku masimu, essimu naye bakanga tutadde wano ku piro, kyasooka okukola okusimuka nga tanaba kunaaba, tanaba kusenya, tanaba kusaba, tanaba kukola ki simu. Kitegeeza a phone is part of our lives.
Yes.
Nayo etuwadde bingi nnyo, etumazeemu amaanyi ku mawulire amafu ge tufuna, etadde ku bunkenke olw'amawulire amafu ge tufuna, togenda kugema, togenda kukola ki, ebyo byonna social media.
bavubuka bannange no bagita volume up show twekube mu tochi kasera ka kwekuba mu tochi ya de covid wali tosoma bere waka. Follow all the standard operating procedures, but don't get spoiled on social media. Use social media for the right reasons. Kansala tugambye bwe maliro obudde tebugenda kudda. Bw'onootuuka okusaba omulimu social media yo efaanana etya. Bio posting osobola okubijjayo mukamaawo n'abirabako. Ate ennaku zino tulina omuze ogublockinga abazadde baffe nga muzadde wo talaba bio postinga. Naye mukamaawo tojja mu blockinga ng'ogenda okusaba omulimu kubanga ojja kuba tomanyi gw'ogenda kugusaba. Kati otuuseyo otaddeyo CV amannya agalabye n'agamba kangende nkukebereko naye ng'ebiri eyo byewuniikiriza. Twekube mu ttooki bavubuka bannange abali eyo. Let us use social media for the right reasons. Even in this pandemic, there are quite a lot of things that are so educative on social media. Ate tufunye n'omukisa nti kati waliyo ne bu free courses obujja bw'osobola okusomako wano na wali ne bukukeeping nga oli busy. N'otabeera ku kintu kimu kyakubeera ku Twitter kutereeza abantu mu line, abo tebalina kye batugamba nabo ne mubateeka mu line, ba social media in-laws nabo ne mubateeka mu line, ba mama tendo group n'abalala bessoogeddeeko nga mmwe mubikozesa mu bukyamu abagikozesa mu butuufu bwayo Mukama akibaweeremu omukisa. Abavuka abadde bagikozesa mu bukyamu yesaawa twekube mu ttooki ebikyamu by'obadde oteekayo bijjeeyo oteekeyo ebyo ebyongera value ku bulamu bwo. Kansala tulina ensonga y'abawala abafunye embuto mu kiseera kya covid nga baana ba masomero, baana ba secondary school, baana ba university, ng'oluusi abadde ekiruubirirwa kye si bufumbo naye nga yesanze mu yembeera mwali. Oyinza kumuzzaamu otya essuubi?
Okay. Ekibuuzo ky'obuuzizza kituukira ku bannyinaffe bangi n'abayizi bangi because omuggalo gwasooka bwe gwaliwo I personally in my class nalaba nga abayizi bakendedde nga sibalaba. Kyogenda okuwulira munnaffe oli yafumbirwa yazaala n'ebintu ebiringa ebyo. Kati ekyo ne kikka kubanga ngenda mu masomero mangi aga high schools. Omusomesa n'agamba headmaster n'agamba naye ekigudde mu ggwanga tekimanyi tuba tugenda kukola tutya. So mu mbeera y'obuzibu nga buno kati njogera ku atannakifuna then nzire kuli akifunye atannakifuna leka embeera embi erimu ekkosa ky'otandyagadde. Omanyi regret is very painful. Actually tewali kiruma mu nsi nga kwejjusa. A feeling eruma nnyo regret because regret eba decision yo oba eba decision ya mulala yagamba okola ekyo. So tulina okwekenneenya mikwano gyaffe gye tubeera nabo ne precious n'okusigala ku birooto byaffe biri ebyasooka. Let's maintain our initial journeys nti nze nalina kugoba kino paka ng'okifunye tubeere bagumiikiriza. Obugumiikiriza buluma, it's very painful. Newankubadde waliwo abamu abajja okugamba nti there is a difference between being patient and wasting time. So kati kiyinza okukolera abali abakulu in other capacities but nga gwe omwana asoma tewali kumala budde kulinda kutuuka ku kirooto kyo kyoyagala ekyobufumbo because abavubuka bo tebagenda kuwa batawanyamu abawala. Abavubuka gwafuuka muzannyo. Nkiddamu abavubuka okwana gw'omuwala muzannyo ogubanyumire nnyo naye effects z'abavubuka ng'ogyeko ndoza obulwadde bo abavubuka balenzi b'eŋŋamba bo kyekati banyigirizibwa nnyo ku kwana nga ggwe omuwala agenda okufuna olubuto and your dreams somehow get shattered. Abazadde abamu tebajja bigumiikiriza bajja ganze enkutadde. Then abazadde abamu betuteekateeka ne tuba counselinga ne bagamba no she can still bounce back. Setbacks are lessons in life and lessons we always learn lessons in life after going through hardships. So hardships are great teachers. That's why ne mu mbeera ya covid tuyize nze kyenfunyeemu konge ekyamagiro kuyiga kinira byenjize besinza kuddamu kukola binakolanga mu nkola eri enkadde. So tuyize oba toyize kitegeeza covid ono nawe akuyiseemu naye waba tokkiriza covid kuyitamu kitegeeza kati nga gwe omwana omuwala tokkiriza mbere n'okuyitamu. Nkimanyi because now people are always wondering nti kale abaana bakulidde ewaka nti myaka ebiri mingi. Yes, I have my sisters olaba bakuze noga oh my god what's happening naye tetukoowa kwogera nabo abantu abakulu lwakuba nti even the parenting ecosystem changed nti kati omwana wa muzadde yekka the community no longer care. So omwana ayononese omwana akoze eki tebakyafayo kibalaba nze njagala nnyo okwogera n'oyo omwana nga sinaba kunenya muzadde kunenya baluganda bakona b'emikwano. I want to speak to the child, him or herself, that the future is yours. You have your sole responsibility in life. Ato olina kumala kweyamba abantu okuyamba
kituufu.
Waliwo simanyi batulina obudde waliwo olugero enjo obagirira ne mbagamba nti bwe twali tukula jjajjaffe yatugamba nti ensi eringa ennyanja.
Okay.
The world is like a lake.
Okay.
Kati mu nnyanja muno batusulamu ffenna nga tuzaalibwa bwe tumala okuzaalibwa muzadde wakuyambako okuwuga ng'okula.
Yes.
Then natuka ekiseera n'owuga nga akulaba mu maaso awo then amala n'akuta. Kati mu nnyanja muno mwe tuli mulimu ebyennyanja ebisolo ebyettabwa ennyo tuuga
oba ennaku zino mututa mangu mu mpuga eno
tujja kumanya oba batamangu
mu kitundu ekiddako tugenda kumanya oba mututa mangu oba ddala tuba tutuuse okuwuga nga just tukyali mu kyejo. So omuvubuka ali eyo munnange kino kigenze eri ggwe atannaba kufuna lubuto ng'oli mwana wa buwala obadde ku ssomero. Stay focused, stay at home, totambula nga tolina nsonga ekutambuza.
Ne bana bafunye embuto, let them seek for professional help.
Yes.
They can bounce back in life. There are setbacks nyingi nnyo banja bayise ebizibu ng'ebyo and they bounce back ne bagoba ebyoto byabwe bye balina okutuukako n'amaanyi mangi n'okusuubira kwekumu because okwekona yes it's a very big problem. Ozalidde ku lujja culture wise bakulabanga agudde bakulaba ne kati gwe kiva ku gwe okwesitula n'omanya nti can still go on.
Kale, tuli ku volume up show. Let's go for a short commercial break and come back with this discussion that still continues with our host, with our guest, Councillor Ivan Kakinda.